Chapter 9. Escape. Did you see that? Gus whispered. Pommel just snuck out through that little door. Hank nodded. He must be going to warn the mayor, he said. Her victims are escaping. She won't like that. Everyone was leaving the records room. Most of the other students were already out. Ms. Freckle, Hank, and Gus left the records room behind the rest of the class. I can't imagine what happened to Mr. Pommel, she said as they hurried toward the front exit. He should be helped.
Hurry toward the front exit. He should be helping us.
Helping us get out of here. I don't think he wants us to escape, Ms. Freckle, Hank said. What do you mean? She asked. Why wouldn't he want us to get out? Gus and Hank exchanged a glance. Should we tell her? Hank said. Gus thought about it. Everyone knew the story of the witch who tried to destroy Raven's Pass before it could even be founded. Maybe Ms. Freckle would understand. Maybe she'd even be able to help them. It definitely couldn't hurt to have a grown-up on their side. I think it's okay, Gus said. Tell her. You tell her, Hank said. You'll explain it better. We think Mayor Vertiger is the witch, Gus said in a quick burst. The witch who tried to destroy Raven's Pass 200 years ago. You know, from the old story. They'd reached the front door of City Hall. The class was already streaming onto the sidewalk. Ms. Freckle stopped and faced the boys. She seemed to be thinking very hard. I didn't know the children of Raven's Pass still talked about that witch, she said. She seemed pleased. Then she nodded once, firmly. It makes sense, she said. And I suppose Pommel is her assistant. She looked at the statue, the one of the founding mayor, the woman who looked exactly like the current mayor. Anger flashed across her face. And I figure, Gus went on, the reason no one's been allowed in City Hall for so long is that she was afraid someone would figure out her secret. That's why they just started opening it to the public.
That's why they just started opening it to the public.
Hank scratched his chin. I just can't figure out why she let us in.
Why she let us in,
he said. Ms. Freckle smiled. Don't you see, she said. It's been 200 years. She needs new sacrifices. Hank's face went white. Gus felt his stomach churn with fear. The last student in their class had made it out of the building. Only Gus
had made it out of the building.
Hank, and Ms. Freckle were still inside. Let's get out of here, Gus said, before we become sacrifices. The three of them turned for the door, but as they did, it slammed closed. Hank grabbed the handle and tugged and pushed and kicked. Help! It won't budge! He cried. Suddenly a voice came over the public address system. You will not escape, the voice said. It was Mr. Pommel. Mayor Vertiger has plans for you, he went on. She will be arriving at the statue to collect you shortly. We have to get out of here, Gus said. I couldn't agree more, Ms. Freckle said. Her face went fierce, and she clamped a hand on each of the boys' shoulders. We have to stick together, she said. You'll need to listen to me and do as I say. Remember, I'm here to protect you. The boys nodded. They didn't love the idea of being alone in City Hall with that crazy witch and her assistant anyway. The sound of the mare's high-heeled boots echoed
Heel boots echoed
through the marble halls. "She's coming," Gus said. Ms. Freckle looked around desperately. She seemed to focus on a plain-looking metal door near the bathrooms. "The cellar," she said. It was almost a whisper. Her voice sounded different, tougher, darker. "Come on." She walked quickly toward the plain door. Gus and Hank hurried to keep up. "I think we're going to be okay," Gus said quietly. "I think Ms. Freckle can protect us." Hank nodded. I know, he said. "I feel like that too. Weird, huh?" At the metal cellar door, Ms. Freckle reached for the handle. "Follow me," she told the boys. "Stay close." "It's locked," Gus said. "I tried it before." But it wasn't locked anymore. The door swung open, and Ms. Freckle motioned the boys inside. Chapter 10. In the Cellar.